If you have CCTV in your home, this story will stay with you long after it ends. At 2:17 a.m. in a quiet American town, a night security guard looked at his monitor and realized he was not alone. A man was standing in front of the camera, silent, motionless, and terrifyingly familiar. The problem wasn't why he was there. The problem was, this man had died 3 days ago. Mark was a night security guard. Nothing special. Just a man doing his job. A small control room. 4 camera screens. Long, boring nights. Usually, the only danger was falling asleep. But that night was different, because the face on camera 4 belonged to someone Mark had seen lying dead on the ground. Mark slowly pressed the zoom button. His heart started racing. Same face, same eyes. Jack Thompson, the man who had fallen from the 5th floor of this very apartment building. Mark was there that night. He saw the police, the ambulance, the white sheet over the body. Jack Thompson was dead. So who was standing in front of the camera? "This isn't real," Mark whispered. "I'm tired. I'm imagining things." He rewound the footage, watched it again and again. Each time the image became clearer. Same clothes, same walk, same slight limp Jack always had. There was no mistake. Suddenly, the man stopped moving. He stood completely still, as if he knew someone was watching. Slowly, he lifted his head and looked directly at the camera. Mark froze, because those eyes weren't looking at the camera. They were looking at Mark. The man tried to smile, but it wasn't a human smile. There was no emotion, no warmth, just emptiness. Mark stepped back from the screen. His hands were shaking. Every instinct in his body was telling him one thing: run. The next morning, Mark showed the footage to the police. They watched in silence. One officer finally spoke. "That's impossible," because Jack Thompson's body was still in the morgue, unmoved, undeniably dead. During the investigation, something disturbing was discovered. Before his death, Jack often told people, "Someone is watching me, even through the cameras." Everyone thought he was paranoid, but maybe he was right. Before quitting his job, Mark checked the recordings one last time. Timestamp, 2:17 a.m. This time, there were 2 figures of the screen. One was Jack. The other was Mark himself. At the bottom of the screen, one word appeared: next. Mark was never seen again. And they say, even today, at 2:17 a.m., the cameras record a new face, waiting